Hey everybody, Vickie here, and welcome to Training Thursday. Today we're going to be talking about why you're not being remembered by your tribe, your community, people that you meet, and talk about the 4 stages of marketing that you need to know. So as you're hopping on, or if you're listening to the replay, go ahead and give me a shout out and let me know that you're here. I got to tell you what was really funny today. I actually I was doing a live webinar that I do on a regular basis, and it's called 3 Critical Steps to Getting Your Next 10 Clients from Writing Your Best-Selling Book. And you know how in the beginning of webinars they'll tell you to put away your distractions, set your phone aside, you know, those kinds of things. And I had to tell you, it was so funny that I usually do have my phone by my side. And the thought crossed my mind that there was probably going to be an alarm that went off, because I usually have an alarm that tells me, hey, remember to post in your page about this 3 o'clock training. And so my alarm went off 2 times, even though I told everybody else to make sure that they had their phone someplace else and weren't distracted. So that was funny. Anyways, yeah, today I want to talk to you about being remembered by your tribe. So the biggest problem for a long time for me was, you know, just getting people to understand what I did. So that has to do with messaging. And then once I got people to follow me and like me and things like that, I wanted to, it almost felt like I wanted to stay in their good graces, right? I wanted them to like me. I didn't want to say anything controversial. I didn't want to make any waves and things like that. So I kept posting like inspirational things and like, you can do it, you know, those types of things, which I think is definitely important in the things that you put out. But I wasn't always putting out things that related to what I actually did. So people would be like, oh yeah, I love Vickie. She's just so great. She has such a nice personality. I love following her. She says great things. But then when it came down to my business and what I actually did, I would hear about people they would say, oh yeah, well I talked to so-and-so and I told her to check with this other person. I'm like, oh, that's what I do. Why did you do that? You know, and of course, everything was an evolution. There are different stages of my business where I actually wasn't quite a book coach yet. So I learned so very early on that when people don't really know what you do, you don't get remembered. You get remembered for a feel-good feeling, but you don't really get remembered for actually what you do. And you don't get those referrals. You don't get the messages in your inbox that you actually want. So, hey, as you guys are hopping on, let me know who's here. All I'm seeing is like the little thingy that tells me there are 2 little lurkers on. And of course, that number's never right. I wish Facebook would do that a little bit differently. From what I hear, that's the number that's watching by phone, and we don't get to see who's watching on computer. Who knows? Maybe they'll fix that one day. So anyway, say hello, and let me know that you're here. So let us talk about the 4 stages of marketing that you need to know, because this really connects to why you're not being remembered by your tribe. You know, first of all, before we go into anything at all, I just want to say that you have to be consistent. You have to be known for your signature packages, and you have to not be afraid to put that out there multiple times. So it needs to become an intention, not even a goal. It needs to become an intention in your business to be like, oh, Vickie equals book coach. Vickie equals marketing funnels. Vickie equals easy writer. Vickie equals real deal insider. Like, those are the things that you want to happen. And of course, like I said, everything is an evolution. Real Deal Insider for me only launched in January, so I'm not expecting everybody to think that of me. What I'm best known for is obviously the book coaching stuff. So, you know, the very first thing is that consistency. Make sure you're out there doing your thing every single day, And there are applications out there so that you don't have to sit on Facebook all day long. You don't have to watch it like a hawk to see if anybody's responding. Just jump on for 15 minutes in the morning at a certain time and 15 minutes in the afternoon, and if you want in the evening, or if you don't want, that's fine. There are applications out there. I use Amplifier, I use TinyTorch, I used to use Hootsuite, never really got into it, that you can put your things out on a regular basis, and then you can actually repurpose them and repost them 3 months later, 2 months later. Honestly, people won't remember, and they need to hear your message over and over and over again. People need to hear it 6 or 7 times before they actually remember what you're saying, okay? So, consistency. Now that out of the way that you understand that the consistency has to happen, the 4 stages of marketing. The first one is that people are brand aware. So that means that they know that you exist. And, you know, in order to know that you exist, you have to show up. You have to be consistent. You have to network. So whether you're doing an online business or if you're out about town doing meetups and doing events and going to other people's events, no matter how you're doing it, they have got to be brand aware. So they're aware of you, what you stand for, what kind of things that you do. All right. So consistently put that out there. The next stage to marketing is being product aware. So like I was saying, I have a signature product called Easy Writer Guaranteed Amazon Bestseller Book Program, right? So I want people to be aware that I have this product. I don't necessarily want a bunch of messages to me saying, hey, so-and-so told me about you. What exactly do you do, right? I would rather, if they already knew, hey, so-and-so told me about you, I understand that you have one-on-one coaching for book writing and you also have Easy Writer. Or, you know, hey, I heard that you're the funnel queen, the words lady and the funnel queen, and I heard you just had this program out called Real Deal Insider. Can you tell me more about that? So you want people to know about the products and have that attachment to seeing your face and the product together, right? Okay, so that's number 2. Number 1, brand aware. Number 2, product aware. The third thing is you want them to be problem aware. So most people think that their clients know what the problem is. Most people kind of have an inkling about certain things, but they may not be as problem aware as you think. So you need to make them aware of this problem in their life and how that is going to help them, how that's going to get them to the benefit that they want. Because usually people know what it is that they want, they don't know how to get there, and they're not sure all the time about their problem. So there's a statistic out there that says, you know, there's 3% of your tribe that's looking for your solution. So they're actively looking for your solution. So this actually goes in line with the whole 1 to 3% of your list is going to buy from you when you put out an offer. So as you're growing your list, right, 1 to 3% is going to buy from you when you put out an offer, goes in line with 3% of the population is looking for your solution to their problem. They already know, they've gone through these things, they're looking for that. They're problem aware. 67% of the population actually has no clue what's going on, and you need to educate them. You need to tell them more about you. You need to find out more about them and then hit those pain points and talk about benefits, benefits, benefits. It's not about features. People don't care that you have 6 modules or that it's 6 weeks long or it's 12 weeks long. They want to know at the end of their time together, what is it that they're getting from you, right? They want to solve this problem that they're aware of, but they're not really sure what to do next, okay? I see people jumping on. Say hello. Let me know who's here. And if you have any questions as we're going, also post those in here too. Okay, so they now have become brand aware, right? They're product aware that you have a product, and now they're problem aware, okay? And, oh, going back to that statistics, there's 30% of your population just as a plain no, not happening, don't need you now, not interested, okay? So all these statistics all like fit together. So the fourth thing is now they are solution aware. Now, for us as business owners and people who are generally solving some sort of problem, it becomes an issue of they don't know what they don't know, right? So they know the problem, they know there's got to be a solution out there, and you have to share with them somehow in whatever you're telling them that they don't know what the next steps are, and that's where they need help from you, right? Because it's what I say all the time. What I used to do is, like, I would do trainings and I do posts and things, and people would be like, oh, cool, and I'd wrap it up in this really cool little package tied in a bow, and it's like, okay, send you on your way, have a good day. And the problem with that is I would be like, oh my gosh, but what they don't know is that even if I give them the structure of how to create each of the chapters in their book, they don't know how to put the seeding and marketing into the book, because it's just not like something that you're totally just, born with, inherently know that this is what you should put in your book. And I would send them off with the structure. Okay, cool, I'm just going to write the structure. Or, hey, I got the schedule, I'll do that. But they didn't know what they didn't know. They didn't realize they had to put the marketing, they had to put the seeding, they had to have something in the conclusion, that they had to have this whole entire thing put together along with that structure of the chapters in order to get that book to convert to clients, right? So even though they were brand aware, they were product aware, they were problem aware, they thought that what I was saying was the end of the solution, right? So you give people value. We're always giving value. We're always giving free things, right? And I give away a lot of free content and a lot of free help to people, answer a lot of questions. But there are certain things that take more than, let's say, a 20-minute conversation or a 5-minute messenger chat than I could ever give anybody. Don't ever be afraid to give people too much. People are, oh, if I give that, it's just too much. You can't ever give everything that you know and a whole entire strategy and the way to implement it in a 20-minute live training or even an hour-long live training. You have so much more to offer than that, and I'm sure of it, that there's no way that you could possibly just give away too much and have them go, okay, I don't need your program, you just gave me everything, right? And there's also a certain part of what you are doing that you want to put behind a payment wall. There are certain things that you're just not going to give away. Like, for example, I plain am not going to give away my bestseller marketing strategy. That's just not the way it goes. I'll give away a lot of things, but if you want the true way and the right way to get your book to bestseller, you're going to have to join one of my programs, because you need to know how to do it right. And it's not a 5-minute conversation. It's not even a half-hour conversation. You need a lot more than that. And that's why you would have to join my program in order to get that to happen. Thank you for the hearts and thumbs up. So make sure when you get to the point where they understand the problem and they're solution aware and they know that you have the solution, they understand that there's something in the next steps that they need your help for that they can't get anywhere else, right? And I say get anywhere else. People, have similar products, but they're never going to get it the way that you are going to explain it to them, right? They're never going to get your personality. They're never going to get your angle anywhere else. And there are certain people that are going to resonate with you and certain people that aren't. And the people that aren't, that's all right. There are plenty of fish in the sea. Never feel like there's competition. You know what the cool thing is, now that we've gone through these 4 stages and you understand, right? So ask me any questions that you got going. The 4 stages: brand aware, product aware, problem aware, solution aware, right? I think a lot of times we're always thinking that anybody who comes into our tribe is a cold lead. Now, they may have just met us per se, right? But they might not be a cold lead. And you might be thinking, what exactly does she mean by that, right? There are other people in similar industries or similar niches or doing similar things that we do who that person may have been warmed up by. And in that instance, we're kind of happy that the other person, maybe they aren't implementing all the strategies that they should be, the ones that I teach in Real Deal Insider. Maybe they're not implementing all those strategies, and that person has gone off and maybe they're confused, maybe they're like, oh, okay, that other person showed me this, but they don't see that that other person has the solution. So now they're looking around for solution. Maybe they've become in the top 3% that's going to actively look to buy because somebody else has warmed them up from being in that 67%, right? Now they're like hot and they want to go find something, and somebody else has warmed them up, and now they're entering your world. I know I talked sometimes about how if you have a cold lead, it might take you 6, 9, 12 months to get that cold lead to turn into a paying client, depending on the price of your product or package. Now, if somebody else has warmed them up, that length totally shortens up. There have been people that I've talked to that have bought my one-on-one coaching packages at higher levels where I've only known them a couple weeks, right? I've had people join my Easy Writer program straight from my website and not had a conversation with me. Somebody else probably warmed them up. Potentially they've been following me, but maybe a lurker and I just never noticed their name. Like, I really do tend to notice people's names. If you're commenting, if you're showing up, I tend to remember people's names. So that said, you will get some people into your pipeline, into your funnel, into your world and your tribe who are kind of warmed up by somebody else. Take advantage of knowing these 4 stages of marketing and knowing what to do with them to make those offers and turn those people into paying clients. All right, so tell me what you got out of this. I'd love to see your comments, and if this has been helpful. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and make your comments and questions as well. I'm going to double check because I see people on, but I don't see any comments, and sometimes that means that Facebook is wigging out and not sharing with me. So I want to make sure I didn't miss anything in the meantime. So let me double check here. Let me say... see, yes, all these people. Hi, Fofo. Hi, Mike. Hi, David. Hi, Carol. I didn't even see that you were there. Here I am begging you to like reply, and there they are. So, yeah, I didn't see the comments at first, Mike. So, yeah, it's so weird that they're not showing up on my live stream, but I see them on a different Facebook page. So, yay that I'm not talking to air. I didn't think that I would. Hi, Elena. So, yes, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. If you're watching the replay as well, let me know. If you come up with something later when you're thinking about it, let me know. Whichever is fine. I hope that this was really helpful for you. If you are interested in more marketing help, then you should probably check out Real Deal Insider. We are actually doing a training the beginning of February 1st, I think, that's called Funnels Demystified. And the training library right now, I think I calculated it at over $7,500 of free trainings in the library. So check that out if you want more marketing help, and I will talk to you guys later. All right. Okey-doke. Bye.